Okay, back again with the scrapbooks and my friend the bunny. How you doing there? Doing good? That's good. Okay. All right, Garfield again. So there's what's going on in the Garfield. All right, I'm gonna read the Garfield now. So in the first picture we have Garfield and John Arbuckle. They're drinking. They're drinking coffee. They're having a sip in the first one, and then they're just the second photo. The second drawing. They're they're just still drinking the coffee. They're just they put the cups down. They look tired. And then in the next one, John Arbuckle's eyes are shooting out of his head, and Garfield. Oh, and also John Arbuckle's his hair just flew off. He's got like lines sticking out for his hair. And then Garfield, his eyes fun. One of his eyes is all funny, and then his ears just popped off his head. And then in the next one we have Arbuckle going harf harf harf, and Garfield is going hack. Garfield's tongue is sticking way out. Wow. Yeah, John Arbuckle, now his hair is like all like sticking out, but it's like curls. And then in the next one we have John Arbuckle is saying "horf." Garfield is saying "patooey, patooey, patooey." It looks like they're both kind of like spitting it out a little bit. And bent over and just kind of making yuck faces. And then in the next one we have the waitress coming by with the coffee pot. And she's saying, "More coffee, boys?" And then John Arbuckle, well, both John Arbuckle and Garfield, they have their cups all ready. And John Arbuckle says, "Sure." And Garfield, with his thought bubble, is like, "About time." Interesting. Coffee. Never really got in too much into the coffee. It just makes my heart go too fast. Stay away from that drug. Alright, so back more of the scrapbook here. Okay, so I guess this is where I left off. So we have some stuff with Ronald Reagan in here. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff from Ronald Reagan that I saw in the newspaper that I felt would be good to put in the scrapbook. So I cut out the articles from the newspaper about Ronald Reagan when he died. I felt it was significant for me because Ronald Reagan was the first president that I was aware of growing up in the 80s. I remember a lot of people doing Ronald Reagan impersonations back in the 80s. So I was born in 1978, and I'm not sure. Um, I think it looks like it's saying here Ronald Reagan was elected in 1980. So I'm not. Oh, Jimmy Carter was president from 78 to 80. So I get Jimmy Carter was the president when I was around, but when I was only from birth to 2 years, I guess. So I wasn't really aware of the president at that time. So the first one I was aware of was Ronald Reagan. So I saw that he died, and so I was like, oh, let's save some stuff here to remember Ronald Reagan. So okay, so I guess I'll read this part right here. Yeah, all right. So it says there's this article right here. See how close I can get it. Oh, that's showing up. So that's Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan, First Lady. Okay, in Reagan's words, President Reagan gave one of the most stirring speeches on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of D-Day. Here is an excerpt. The Rangers looked up and saw the enemy soldiers. The edge of the cliffs shooting down at them with machine guns and throwing grenades, and the American Rangers began to climb. They shot rope ladders over the face of these cliffs and began to pull themselves up. When one ranger fell, another would take his place. When one rope was cut, a ranger would grab another and begin his climb again. Soon, one by one, the Rangers pulled themselves over the top, and they began to seize back the continent of Europe. 225 came here. After 2 days of fighting, only 90 could still bear arms. All right. There's some quotes on here. It looks like all from local people from around. They're all in Wisconsin. Not exactly local for me since I live in Minnesota, but not too far away from where I live. Sort of. Okay, well, it says West Salem, Wisconsin, Somerset, Wisconsin. Okay, so that's where these local people are from that are having these quotes about Reagan. So not in my home state or hometown, but Minnesota is right next to Wisconsin. So that's what I mean when I say local. All right. So these are the quotes right here. Your views. Okay. I was in the service when Reagan was president. He did a lot of good things for the military. That's when I got my first raise as a member of the service. That's one quote. Here's another quote. America's esteem around the world went up when he was president. The way he improved the military really turned things around for us in the world's eyes. Here's another quote. I wasn't a big fan of his, but I did like his comment about taking down the Berlin Wall. Otherwise he lived a good long life, and I think he was a good man. And here's another quote. I thought he was a very good president. I think his foreign policies were very good and made me feel safe. All right. And here's a couple photos here. Here's Reagan kissing his wife, and then here's another. It looks like that's the White House there. I'm not. I think that's the White House. But over here it says, this is by President Bush. He's saying, "A great American life has come to an end." And then over here with the kissing is it says Ronald Reagan is kissed by his wife Nancy on February 6, 2000, on Reagan's 89th birthday. Yeah, he was an old president when he was elected. Says Reagan made lasting mark on the United States and the world. Okay. All right. And then, so, should I read this article here? think I might read this. A2. But it continues on. Um, Well, I guess I can read that part. That part right there. All right, I'm gonna read it. All right. Actor turned politician led conservative revival lifted nation spirits. Ronald Reagan, an actor turned politician whose sunny disposition and ardent conservatism transformed American politics and lifted the nation's spirits, lost his 10-year struggle with Alzheimer's disease Saturday. He was 93. Wow. He had a long life. The 40th president died quietly at his Bel Air, California home at 1:09 p.m. Pacific. Is that Pacific? It says PDT. With his wife Nancy and other family members nearby. His passing brought an international outpouring of tributes from friends and former adversaries. A great American life has come to an end, President Bush told reporters in France, where he planned to mark the 60th anniversary of the D-Day invasion today. He leaves behind a nation he restored and a world he helped save during the years of President Reagan. America laid to rest an era of division and self-doubt, and because of his leadership, the world laid to rest an era of fear and tyranny. Reagan's body will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol, and he will be buried at the Reagan Library in Simi Valley, California. What? A large crowd of mourners gathered outside of Santa Monica funeral home that will handle the arrangements. The leader who convinced a nation that it was morning again in America spent his last years in the long twilight of a disease that slowly dimmed his ability to function. Reagan revealed his Alzheimer's diagnosis on. It says on. I mean I guess that's a typo there. Revealed his Alzheimer's diagnosis on November 5th, 1994, 5 years after leaving the White House. And then there's a quote that is cut off. When the Lord calls me home, whenever that may be. I'm not sure where the rest of the article is. I might find it later. All right. Wherever there may be. Huh. I don't know if I have the rest of that article. I guess that's it.